Welcome to the wild, a world where the laws of survival are brutal and drenched in blood. There's no room for mercy or compromise. Only the strong survive, and sometimes to claim the throne, creatures that would rarely meet in the wild are thrust into a deadly duel. Today we explore a hypothetical, yet entirely realistic, showdown between two master predators of Southeast Asia's jungles, the King Cobra, the world's longest venomous snake, and the reticulated python, a massive constrictor capable of swallowing a full-grown deer whole. This battle is more than a clash between two animals. It's a collision of two completely opposite hunting strategies: speed, venom, precision versus muscle, endurance, overwhelming strength. When one can kill with a single bite and the other can crush its prey with sheer power, who will emerge as the ultimate victor? In the world of snakes, no title commands more respect than king. A name the King Cobra Ophiophagus hana has earned through its power, toxicity, and dominance, measuring an average of 11 to 16 feet in length, sometimes longer than a fully stretched adult human. The King Cobra is the longest venomous snake on the planet. Though long and slender, it's incredibly agile and fearsome. Unlike many other snakes, the King Cobra can lift up to 1/3 of its body off the ground, stare its enemy in the eye, and unleash a bone-chilling hiss, a warning of the wrath to come. Its deadliest weapon isn't brute force or speed, it's venom. This powerful neurotoxin can paralyze the respiratory system within minutes. A single bite can inject up to 7 milliliters of venom, enough to kill 20 grown humans or even a young elephant. Nature has gifted the King Cobra with the ultimate killing tool, one designed for fast, efficient, and decisive execution. Yet the King Cobra isn't a reckless killer. On the contrary, it's highly intelligent and strategic. It usually avoids strong opponents and strikes only when it's confident of victory. But when cornered, the King Cobra transforms into a relentless warrior, fighting to the bitter end. In stark contrast to the King Cobra's speed and precision, the reticulated python, Python reticulatus, represents brute force, patience, and terrifying endurance. It is the largest non-venomous snake in the world, averaging 13 to 20 feet in length, with some individuals recorded at over 24 feet. An adult python can weigh between 220 to 330 pounds, with a massive muscular body wrapped in strikingly patterned skin, hence the name reticulated. The python's weapon isn't its fangs or venom, it's constriction. Once it grabs its prey, it coils around, tightly squeezing harder with every breath the victim takes, until suffocation sets in. Its crushing force is estimated to reach 90 to 230 psi, enough to shatter ribs or stop a heart. Reticulated pythons are ambush masters. They can lie motionless for hours in thick vegetation, waiting for an unsuspecting target before striking in a lightning-fast attack. No need for multiple bites, no need for a chase. One clean strike is all it takes. Another terrifying fact: the python can swallow prey many times larger than its head, including wild boars, deer, and even humans. Its body expands to accommodate the meal, and its hyper-efficient digestive system takes care of the rest in just a few days. The confrontation between the King Cobra and the reticulated python is not just a clash between two species. It represents a collision of two completely opposing survival philosophies. One symbolizes agility, venom, and lightning-fast attack strategies, while the other stands as a symbol of muscular strength, endurance, and the art of stealthy ambush. The King Cobra possesses long fangs with hollow structures capable of delivering venom deep into the enemy's nervous system in a single strike. Its venom targets the central nervous system, causing respiratory paralysis, leading to a quick death. The cobra's bite is extremely precise, lightning-fast, and often aimed at the neck or head. Meanwhile, the reticulated python has no venom. Its only weapon is its immense constriction power, generated by hundreds of muscle fibers wrapping around its body. Once it captures its prey, it does not just squeeze to suffocate. It can break bones, crush internal organs. Each constriction is stronger than the prey's breath, making it impossible for the victim to inhale again. The King Cobra is a warrior focused on speed and initiative. It often raises its head, flares its hood to appear threatening, and delivers a blistering bite. In nature, it even hunts other snakes, including smaller pythons. It knows how to attack weaknesses and usually retreats right after striking, waiting for the victim to weaken before closing in for the kill. The reticulated python leans toward defense and counterattack. It rarely strikes head-on. Instead, it utilizes its camouflage colors lying still like a piece of wood, waiting until its prey is within close range to spring out and constrict. It doesn't need to kill immediately. Simply locking the target is a victory in itself. The king cobra, despite its long and fast body, is quite thin and lacking in muscle mass, meaning it takes hits poorly. If fully wrapped by the python, it could break ribs, suffer quick internal damage. The reticulated python, on the other hand, is a massive mass of solid muscle. Even if bitten, the python can endure the venom for a long enough period to retaliate. Numerous reports have shown pythons killing venomous snakes, only dying afterward from the venom, but not before crushing their opponent. A scorching midday sun in the Southeast Asian jungle. Rare rays of sunlight pierce through the dense canopy, casting glittering streaks onto the ground covered in tree roots and decaying leaves. In this humid setting, an adult reticulated python, nearly 6 meters long, weighing over 120 kilograms, lies coiled and motionless, resembling a large piece of wood blending into the forest floor. Its body is a silent mass of muscle, yet teeming with latent lethal potential. Not far away, a 4-5 meter long king cobra slithers through its head, raised high, its forked black tongue constantly probing the air. It is hungry, and a sense of a large prey nearby causes the venom within its body to heat up. But today, the predator will enter a battle to the death with no escape. The king cobra detects a strange scent, something large, damp, but alive. It stops, cautiously raises its neck high, flares its hood, and hisses in a threatening manner. A familiar posture, one that has made many opponents retreat in fear. But the reticulated python does not move, its eyes slightly open, tracking every vibration. It waits in silence. The king cobra glides forward, thinking this is a slow-moving, easily intimidated opponent. But in the blink of an eye, the reticulated python springs forward like a spring, wrapping its powerful coils around the snake's body with tremendous force. The cobra reacts instinctively. It turns its head and strikes hard at the thick muscles of the python, injecting venom straight into the wound. The bite causes the python's body to twitch slightly, but it does not release. Instead, its coils tighten further like the chains of death. The two creatures writhe on the forest floor. The python struggles to lock the cobra's head in place, while the king cobra twists and repeatedly bites in retaliation. Blood and venom begin to mix. The python slows down. Its breathing becomes labored, its eyes growing dim. But the final coil lands right on the cobra's chest. A dry, cracking sound rings out. Bones snap. The snake raises its head one final time, as if delivering a brutal farewell to fate before collapsing motionless. The reticulated python loosens its grip, exhausted and nearly drained of energy, and crawls unsteadily toward the bushes. But not far into its journey, its entire body jerks violently. The venom begins to ravage its nervous system. Its heart beats erratically. Less than an hour later, it too lies motionless beneath the tree where the battle took place. Two corpses lie side by side, the high price of survival's glory. From the hypothetical battle above, we can draw several key points. If the king cobra strikes a vital spot before being constricted, it has a higher chance of winning. However, if it is fully wrapped by the python, its survival time is limited to only a few minutes. The reticulated python can endure venom for a period, but will surely die if it fails to kill the opponent quickly. Therefore, the python can only win if it subdues the cobra within a few minutes. Regarding the win rate in the wild, the king cobra is often the aggressor, and the reticulated python wins if it succeeds in an ambush. This is a game of chance, with the outcome largely dependent on the first few seconds of the fight. There is no absolute winner. In nature, victory is not measured by applause, but by survival. In a direct confrontation, the king cobra can kill its opponent with a single bite, but the reticulated python, if it manages to lock onto its target, will drag its enemy to the grave, even if it dies shortly after. However, if we had to choose who has a higher survival rate in close combat situations, the reticulated python, with its irresistible crushing strength, generally holds a higher advantage in 6 out of 10 battles. Nature always knows how to create legends, and the story of the epic battle between the king cobra and the reticulated python will forever remain a symbol of life, death, and the fragile balance between two master predators. This is not just a fight. It is an epic tale of the jungle, a deadly dance between venom and muscle speed and strength instinct and strategy. And in the end, all that remains is the silence, sacred, majestic, of nature. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to discover more fascinating animal facts with jungle secrets.